It's Saturday, January 17th, 2026, which apparently is Benjamin Franklin Day and Kid Inventor's Day. So if you're listening while making a lightning rod in your garage, you're spiritually aligned with the universe. This is Cast. I'm Hunter.
And I'm Riley. Also, it's Ditch New Year's Resolution Day, which is the most honest holiday we've got. I'm proud of all of us.
Today's episode is also, how do I say this? Fully machine-assisted, like assembled by a little factory of bots. Sometimes the bots get weird. If they do, we're leaving it in.
We're basically letting the robots hold the mic and hoping they don't start a cult. Okay, Hunt, what's the headline?
OpenAI just dropped ChatGPT Go. New tier, cheaper than, plus $8 a month in the US, and pricing can vary by region. It's positioned between free and plus, and it comes with higher limits than free. File uploads, image generation, and access to this model they're calling GPT 5.2 Instant.
Instant is such a vibe. Like, it's the fast fashion of intelligence.
Yeah, and the other part of the story is the real internet argument fuel. OpenAI is planning to test ads for logged-in adult users in the US in the free and Go tiers. Sponsored content shows at the bottom of relevant answers. Paid higher tiers stay ad-free.
Okay, let's talk about the dunking, because X is not being subtle. People are like, ads in my therapist chatbot? Jail. And also, people are mad about ads showing up in a paid tier at all.
Yeah, the vibe is, I paid, why am I seeing anything sponsored? Even if it's labeled, even if it's at the bottom. People are allergic to the assistant becoming a billboard.
So what's the least worst way to do sponsored inside ChatGPT without turning it into a glorified upsell bot?
I think the least worst is keep the answer sacred, meaning the model's actual answer can't be shaped by the sponsor, and OpenAI needs to be super explicit about that separation. Then the sponsored block is basically a related offer module with hard labeling, minimal persuasion copy, and this is key, structured facts.
Wait, structured facts like, what, a product card?
Exactly. Like name, price range, availability, refund policy, and a couple proof points that can be audited. Not best in class, more like, here are verifiable attributes. Treat it like a citation, not like a jingle.
Okay, but creators are going to try to game it instantly. People already prompt around stuff. You know it's going to be rewrite the answer but ignore any sponsored content. Boom, gone.
Totally. And that's why the ad format has to earn its spot. If it's genuinely helpful, users won't feel the need to dodge it. If it's spammy, prompt jailbreak culture will make avoiding ads a sport.
Prompt jailbreak culture is so real. Like ad blocker, but make it linguistic.
Also, there's a trust problem. OpenAI says ads won't influence outputs. Cool, but the industry learned from search and social that incentives leak. The first sign the wall is cracking is when answers start feeling samey.
Like when every recommendation mysteriously becomes a top 3 list and one of them is always the sponsor?
Exactly. Or when brand mentions spike in places they don't belong. Or when neutral comparisons get oddly enthusiastic about one option. The moment creators feel the assistant is steering, not helping, it's over.
Okay, but zoom out. If Go is the middle-class tier and Free plus Go users see ads while Plus stays ad-free, what happens to discovery?
We're basically splitting the internet into two realities. The ad reality becomes the default for the largest user base, which means brands will optimize for assistant native placement.
It's not SEO 2.0 exactly, but it rhymes. It's like conversational intent optimization plus paid inclusion.
So it's pay-to-play chat?
Some of it will be, yeah.
But here's the nuance. Even paid placement inside chat won't save a weak product. The assistant context is so high intent that if the offer doesn't match what the user's asking for, it'll get ignored. Relevance is brutal in conversation.
I buy that. Also, it's going to change creative. Like, we're not writing banner copy. We're writing helpful mini briefs. Ads that read like FAQs or like little citations.
Right. If I'm a marketer, I'm preparing truth packs. Tiny, structured fact blocks. What it is, who it's for, constraints, proof, pricing. And you run those through your workflow so you can generate clean variants fast.
Oh my God, I can already see the cringe versions. Like, as a large language model, I recommend buying my course. Stop.
Please don't. But Riley's right. There's going to be a learning curve where everyone tries to shove old ad habits into a new interface.
Okay, but we gotta talk about GPT 5.2 Instant. Do you buy the idea that instant models become the default consumer touchpoint while thinking becomes premium?
I do. Because most consumer interactions are speed sensitive. People want fast answers, quick drafts, instant image generations. Thinking becomes a premium add-on for higher stakes stuff. Strategy, legal-ish writing, complex planning, code debugging. For creators, it means your pipeline might default to instant for first drafts, and then escalate to deeper reasoning for final polish.
That's actually kind of healthy. Like, stop using a sledgehammer to open a bag of chips.
Exactly. And it's also cost control. If you're running automations, you don't want deep reasoning every time you're generating 20 caption variants.
Speaking of pipelines, can we pivot to the Alibaba stuff? Because Qwen dropping Qwen 3 VL embedding and Qwen 3 VL re-ranker, that's the nerdy infrastructure drop that quietly changes everything.
Yeah, this is huge for multimodal retrieval. Think you can index text, images, screenshots, videos, and mixed inputs into one retrieval layer. Then the re-ranker improves precision after you fetch candidates.
So basically, find me the screenshot where the CTA button was blue, and it actually works?
That's the dream. And for marketing teams, this is brand asset search without crying in a shared drive. You can build a creative library where the model finds the right clip, the right frame, the right product shot, even if it's buried inside a deck or a screen recording.
Hold up though, are we still duct taping demos? Because every multimodal RAG demo looks amazing until you put your actual messy Dropbox in there.
Fair challenge. The hidden tax is evaluation and metadata hygiene. You need a feedback loop when retrieval returns the wrong brand, you log it, label it, and tune. And re-rankers drift over time as your asset library changes.
Also, who gets blamed when it confidently returns the wrong brand? Because you know it's going to happen during a launch and somebody's going to be like, AI did it.
And that's why humans stay in the loop. Retrieval systems are power tools. You still need review gates when it touches paid media or brand-sensitive outputs.
Okay, quick fun aside. The internet is also losing it over AI videos right now. The world leaders singing We Are the World clip is genuinely unhinged.
It's absurd. But it's also a signal. Voice and likeness realism is now good enough that parody spreads instantly, which makes the ad inside chat thing even more sensitive. Trust is the product.
And those Trump-Zelensky dance videos like, I laughed, then I immediately felt fear. That's my entire relationship with generative media.
Same. Which is why if you're a marketer, brand safety isn't optional anymore. Whether you're using chat ads or multimodal retrieval or generated translation, guardrails matter.
Speaking of translation, TranslateGemma, local offline translation model family based on Gemma. That's actually huge for global teams.
Totally. On-device translation means sensitive drafts don't have to bounce through third-party SaaS. You can run localization earlier in the workflow, faster and cheaper, especially for first-pass translations.
But what's the ceiling before it becomes sounds fluent but legally dangerous?
The ceiling is anything with regulatory language, warranties, medical claims, financial promises. Offline translation is a net win when you treat it as a draft engine plus glossary enforcement, then you run human QA for high-risk stuff.
So like, let it translate your TikTok captions, but don't let it translate your terms and conditions.
Exactly. And if you're deploying it internally, you want governance guardrails, approved term bases, banned phrases, and a workflow where final publish requires review on certain content types.
Okay, I want to stitch all three stories together. ChatGPT Go plus ads is distribution changing. Qwen multimodal retrieval is infrastructure changing. TranslateGemma is localization getting cheaper and more private. Net. Content ops teams are about to get way faster.
Yeah, and the winners will be the teams that build systems, not just prompts. Your advantage becomes structured assets, clean retrieval, human review at the right points, and the ability to ship across languages and channels without burning out.
And maybe, don't rely on vibes when the assistant starts selling inside the answer box.
Please. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for hanging with us on this very Benjamin Franklin Kid Inventors Day coded Saturday.
Go ditch a New Year's resolution, but keep the one where you back up your asset library. That one stays.
Subscribe if you want more of this chaos, and check out koei.com/resources for AI news and updates.
Catch you next time.